Hey everyone, Kenny here again. I want to do a quick video on Cyberpunk 2077 with the new path tracing update. I've only spent a few minutes kind of messing with it, and I'm still trying to decide whether I want to use it or not. But I'm just going to go over some settings and see if we can see the difference, and then also check out the performance. So, let's see here. So right now, I'm just running a native 3440 by 1440 ultra wide without any kind of ray tracing on right now. Just so we can kind of look at it, see how it looks, see the performance. At least in this area, you know, we're getting around the 80s, up to almost 90 FPS. I was trying to find a good place in the city to test out the path tracing to find like the biggest differences. So this game looks really good even without ray tracing, but things like the reflections on the windshield or the rear window, stuff like that, make a big difference with ray tracing, but then performance as well. So let's take a quick look at that, and then we're going to turn on ray tracing, which is going to tank performance. But yeah, see, we're down into the 20s, which really sucks. But it looks really good. The reflections are really nice. I'm actually going to turn on DLSS because this is just running at 22 FPS really sucks. So we're going to turn DLSS on quality. So everything else is on ultra. We have path tracing on. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, so just ray tracing on ultra without path tracing. Okay, so our FPS jumped majorly. So let's actually kind of take a look. You can see the reflections in the windows way better. On the ground too, where the ground's kind of wet. The lighting is definitely better too. Everything kind of looks a little sharper, I feel like, just because of the lighting's better. You see the contrast a lot better with ray tracing on ultra. Let's go back to not having DLSS on. So everything's the same. Everything on ultra, no path tracing. 40, 42 FPS. I don't think DLSS really hurts the look of this game. I think it looks really good even with DLSS. Alright, so let's check out with the path tracing. So we know this is going to kill the performance right here. But let's see if we can see the difference. So I noticed like on the staircase off to the right, you can see the lighting over there better. It definitely looks different. And then like the building looked a little darker. It kind of looks like more like it should. Like I feel like it makes a little bit of a difference. It makes it a little bit more lifelike. Like the reflections that are under the tunnel over there. This 21 FPS sucks. It's so choppy. But as far as how it looks, I think it looks great. Like, it's dark, I feel like, where it needs to be dark, and the lights show the light more naturally, but the performance hit just sucks. And I'm running RTX 4080. It's stock right now, but still, at 3440 by 1440, only getting 21 FPS is kind of crazy. It's definitely a performance killer. So let's go ahead and turn on DLSS just so we can see what this looks like without it looking like a slideshow. So everything on ultra with path tracing basically brings us to the performance of running native 3440 by 1440 with ray tracing on ultra. And this, like, it's playable for sure. I don't know if I would play it like this, but it sure does look good. So I'm just going to kind of go back and forth really quick, and so you guys can see the difference. So we'll have path tracing on, and we'll look at it off again, and see the differences. So you can tell, like, staircase looks different. The building in front of us, everything kind of looks a little brighter, maybe too bright. I don't know. I still think it looks great, but kind of look around and just do a quick comparison. Okay, we're gonna turn path tracing back on and see the differences. I think it looks pretty dang good with path tracing. It just feels more natural, I guess. But the performance hit, man, that sucks. It's quite a bit. This is without frame generation too. I'm trying not to do a whole lot to kill the look of the game. Okay, so is this frame generation on?
Security
path tracing. So now we're getting 70 FPS, which is perfect. Like, for a game like this, I would definitely play it like this. And it still looks really good. This is DLSS quality frame generation, path tracing. It's pretty darn good. I'm sure in some areas we drop into the 60s, but as far as just basing off of how the game looks, I think this looks pretty dang good. So let's go back. I kind of want to go back and forth a little bit here so you can really get a good idea of the difference. Okay, so just regular ray tracing. You can see the performance is just huge. It's not quite double, but we get quite a bit more. We're getting close to 120 FPS now with ray tracing on Ultra with frame generation and DLSS quality. It still looks pretty dang good. So let's turn this up to Psycho and see. I guess that's not going to matter. Once you enable path tracing, ray tracing is just on. I guess path tracing just takes over. So let's drive around a little bit. The sun definitely looks different. I think it makes a pretty decent change in the game.
Help us strengthen it by using
This is just one of those games. It's already so hard to run, and then you put path tracing in and just kill your performance. But it's pretty dang good. Let's go back and turn it off. Just regular ray tracing on Psycho. The regular ray tracing just looks great, man. The performance is huge. I don't know personally if the path tracing is worth like losing about half your FPS, but man, it looks good. I think it's definitely cool for like photo. Although with the RTX 4080, I could totally play this game at 60, 70 FPS, no problem. I do like having, you know, closer to 100. Anything like over 90 when you're driving around is nice. It just makes it so much smoother. Okay, let's turn path tracing back on real quick. You can watch that FPS. Still pretty good though. Man, it sure does look great. I think I'm going to play around with this a little bit more. I was thinking there's some weird cloud movement there, but it's a ship. I'm gonna to play around with this a little bit more, but I think we got a pretty good idea on the performance. Definitely having DLSS is like um, a game changer, and frame generation. Let's go ahead and turn that off and just run DLSS and see. I think it looks a tiny bit better, but man, that 40 to 50 FPS kind of sucks. It's definitely playable. Path tracing is definitely rough. But it looks pretty dang good. I noticed that it kind of makes the lighting brighter. Let's go ahead and switch back to regular ray tracing just here really quick, so we can see what the difference is. Yeah, see, it definitely made that dimmer going to just regular ray tracing, and I feel like it being a little brighter maybe is a little bit more lifelike. Still looks great without it. I guess you really have to decide performance-wise. I think if you were on standard 1440 instead of ultra wide, you could actually play this without things like frame generation, maybe even DLSS. At least if you had like a 4080 or so, or 4090 for sure, um, you could definitely do it. But overall, I think it's pretty cool. I hope that maybe in the future it can be maybe a little bit more streamlined so it doesn't just cut your FPS in half. But I definitely like the way it looks. I guess that's what it's all about. But I think I'm going to play around with this a little bit more. I think I'm going to try some overclocking as well, and then maybe do another video on and see what kind of difference that makes with the path tracing. But for now, appreciate you guys watching. See you in the next one.